Hey collective, hello, beautiful souls. Alright, I'm not gonna hold you all. You pretty much know what this is. You read the title, then you know that this is a random message, non zodiac specific. If I see the signs, I will call them out. And one of the reasons why I don't super hyper focus on zodiacs is because there could be a reading that I could do for Aquarius, and that's your sun. But then there's a reading that I could do for Aries, and that's your rising. And there will be an Aries reading that will resonate higher than the Aquarius reading. So I don't get fixated on the signs, but I do know that it is important for you all. So when I see them, I will call them out. Also, if you all would continue to show me love by liking the video and supporting the channel by subscribing if you haven't already. Empress Tarot is definitely growing. I am most humbly grateful for all of the love and the support that you all have shown to the channel, and I just ask that you continue to show love and support. That definitely blesses me to bring forth the messages where y'all already know we address it and we bless it over here. How you doing? Alright collective, so let's see what energy is here for the collective. What spirit, we're ready for the strongest message for the viewer of this reading. What is the strongest message that you have for the viewer of this reading? Ooh, Three of Cups. Child. Okay, I had already felt in my soul that I was going to be doing a karmic reading. Give them their 15 minutes of fame, because I could definitely tell that they're in the building. But Three of Cups energy is out here, and of course, depending on what comes out next, sneak peek, okay, there could be some celebration, there could be, a gathering, a function, family reunion, or it could be the karmics out on the prowl. But let's see what comes out next to this Three of Cups, spirit. We are ready. What are the additional messages that we need to know about the Three of Cups? What are the additional messages that we need to know? Okay, thank you. Judgment. Ooh. Nine of Cups. And I will say this, for the forget you forgot you section, I definitely 10 toes 100% stand with you in this energy, where it's like, if someone's definition of happiness is your sadness, then absolutely that is not your person. Exit stage left. Drop that zero, get you a hero, because I do feel a sense that there's judgment being called on a third party situation. And the way that this karma is coming in is that somebody's about to watch you get what you want, manifest what you want, and you're doing it pretty quickly. Okay, spirit, what are the additional messages for the viewer of this reading? What else do we need to know about Three of Cups and Judgment? What else do we need to know about Three of Cups and Judgment? Okay. Ooh. I like this. 99 could have been a good year for you. Somebody could have been born in 99. But damn, 9 and 9. This is, you have done the work with the Eight of Pentacles. You have taken some introspective into what makes you happy. You have taken ownership of your happiness. And that is Empress energy. That is the energy of you have evolved past the pain. You have evolved past the bitterness. You have evolved past the betrayal. You have evolved past this. So when you hear readings, and I'm dropping some gems here, I'm giving you the free 99. I want you to think about that person who taught you that karmic lesson. Isn't the only person in your life that you have encountered romantically. For some, maybe, but that's a small 1-2% of you. There is someone else who had to let a karmic situation play out in your life, just as a masculine had to have a karmic situation play out in their life. That's the only way. That is the only way you're going to learn the most valuable lessons when it comes to how you want to be treated, how you want to be loved, how you want to be respected. You know, I always tell people, be mindful of how you pray, because if you ask God for strength, He gonna make you weak at some point. You asked Him for wisdom, He gonna make you a fool. So there's certain lessons that you learned along the way, and you have graduated with the Judgment card, elevated with the Nine of Cups, Nine of Pentacles. Baby, the universe is co-signing your happiness. They are co-signing your success, and that's a blessing, baby. Well, I just said this shit. Look, Wheel of Fortune. Okay, let's keep going. I ain't gonna keep preaching and teaching. We gonna keep going. What else we got up in here? Nine of Wands. 999, baby. 999. Not everyone deserves access to you. And this isn't just romantically. You know, for me, I really cut out a lot of my family. Just based off of the history and the things, you know, the generational curses that was attached to our family, right? And I had to learn that, you know, I'm going to be the person that breaks these generational curses. But guess what? I'm not going to have the support of the people who have been living in generational curses, because they don't know their curses, right? So I do feel like this level that you're at, you're going to have to protect it. And I mean protect it by any means necessary, because this is a strong call for boundaries to be set in place. With the Nine of Wands, Nine of Pentacles, Nine of Cups, baby, not only are you leveling up spiritually, emotionally, but for a lot of you, financially, you are leveling up on a whole nother level. And there's certain people who do not need to have access to you. There go the Empress card. You could be a Sagittarius. But yeah, this is good. I like this. This gives more of a spiritual awakening when it comes to a reading. And I feel like for some of you, it's like, well, dang, I'm hearing about this person coming back and da-da-da, woo-da-woo. And, you know, I'm in the forget you, forgot you. I don't ever want them back. What's next, Empress? And I'm telling you, you're leveling up, baby. You're leveling up. Two of Pentacles. You're going to have to adapt to this new way of life. And that is the truth. And I'm going to tell you, nobody tells you how hard it is to go from chaos, turmoil, fight or flight energy into peace, serene. And I'm going to tell you, I'm one of them right now. I'm dealing with it right now in my own life. The silence gets too loud sometimes. Knight of Pentacles. But that's because, you know, you're so used to being in a chaotic environment that this peace that's coming, child, it surpasses all understanding. Queen of Pentacles. Five of Swords. You won, baby. You won. You beat the Matrix. I'm just hearing you beat the Matrix. This is the Hunger Games, and baby, you got out. Instinct, pure dedication, determination. You work past fear. You know, I'm a survivor. If you're looking for me, I'm a soul survivor. Okay, yeah, I'm just hearing soul survivor. Somebody's a soul survivor. You could have beat some type of illness or some type of, you know, major life event with judgment. Ten of Wands. Yeah, you, baby, look. Who winning? You? You? That's who's winning. But you definitely see the truth of the matter. I feel like somebody's perspective has definitely changed when they think about their life and what happiness means in their life. I feel like somebody's trajectory and how they do life has changed dramatically. But let's see what else wants to come out. Hold on, collector. Let me grab. They're way in the back, so let me grab them. 1 second. Baby, and look, I went to grab them cards unbothered. You is unbothered. Okay, Spirit, tell the viewer of this reading what they need to know. Deep fake. Convincing lies, altered truths, virtual deception. Seeing is no longer believing. You know, ghosted. I feel like for some of y'all, somebody didn't lie to you. They just didn't tell you. And that to me is the same as a lie. They didn't lie to you, but they knew some shit and they didn't tell you, and so you dipped. You ghosted their ass. Sudden disappearance without explanation, left hanging, seen but ignored, abrupt silence. Yeah, I feel like you saw somebody for who they really are in a situation. Somebody could have been attention seeking or cloud chasing, and you saw right through this person, and you ghosted them. You straight ghosted them. Doing anything for attention, fame hungry, desperate for followers, anything for a like. Child. No. I feel like the message in this is to, don't reach back. Don't reach back. Because there are certain people that, you've been removed from because you are booked and busy. I just said that. Somebody is unbothered, booked and busy. And I feel like the level of appreciation to how far you've come, the people in this 10 of Wands energy, this energy right here, baby, they wouldn't be able to appreciate this because they didn't have to get it out the mud like you. That's why there's a strong call for this 9 of Wands, like saying, hey, you need to put up some boundaries because you got some takers in your energy, some strong takers. Productivity high, full schedule, no time to waste, success on the calendar. So if somebody's reaching out to you talking about some, hey, mama really miss you, she wish you could come and see him, we got a gathering together, the family getting together, and you don't fuck with the family like that, shit, you FaceTime mama, tell her how much you love them and keep it going, because yeah, it's just the pressure of success is what I'm getting. Unbreakable. I knew I felt that energy off of this 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands, and this energy, yeah, you're unbreakable. Inner toughness, enduring hardship, strength through adversity, nothing can break me. But listen, congratulations. If ain't nobody gave you a hug and told you you're doing wonderful, magnificent, I'm telling you, Empress Tarot is telling you, congratulations. You beat the odds. You really survived, and you beat the odds. And not only did you survive, baby, you thrive. You turn pain into purpose. How you doing? Fake flex. I think that's this I know that fake flex is coming out on this 2 of Pentacles. And I feel like it's, don't show up in the hood in a Lambo. You know what I mean? If you got it like that, your money is getting strong like that, 9 of Pentacles, shit, don't show up around. You know what? I have not had to say this in a long ass time, but I'm going to go ahead and say it again. And yes, my ass is country. You should never talk bread around rats, bread around birds and cheese around rats. Be mindful of who you got your success around. You know what I mean? And I feel like for some of y'all are kind of like me, very low key. You ain't got to show shit. You ain't got to be in the know with shit. You good. Just know I'm doing just know I'm doing good. Just know that I'm okay. And for some of y'all need to tell these motherfuckers, hey, I'm not begging from you, so I must be alright. Alright? Okay. Fake flex, pretending wealth, showing off, borrowed luxury, deceptive bragging, rich on Enneagram, broken real life. Y'all have some family members or somebody in your energy, baby. What did Shaq tell his kids? I'm rich. Y'all not rich. I'm rich. Speak up. Expressing needs, defending yourself, courage to confront. Your voice matters. Yeah, don't let nobody come back into your life trying to sweep shit up underneath the rug. Baby, it's hardwood floors up in here. All day, every day. How you doing? Commitment issues. Somebody romantically could have been non-committal in the past, but it says fear of labels, dodging serious talks, keeping one foot out the door, here for a good time, not a long time. I feel like for some of y'all romantically, somebody was around as long as it was good, as long as the money was flowing, as long as you were like, fronting the bill or whatever. But the moment, you had to tighten up that bootstrap, them strings, right, that purse string, it's like, well, I got something to do with, I got to be at church at 1:30 a.m., I'm going to go ahead and head out. Some dumb shit. Yeah. Influencer yep, I just said congratulations. Some of y'all are hitting a whole nother level with followers, with customers, with Sales and profits is what I'm hearing. But all eyes on you. Your vibe inspires others. People watching your moves. Use your platform wisely. Real ones. Man, if you have gravitated towards me as your reader, I guarantee you done met a real one. Because I mean, I done went through this. Like, I don't, when I say, man, I know there are a lot of people that probably couldn't have survived what I went through, but I went through what I went through so that I could be here to help get others through, right? But real ones, loyal hearts, tell you the truth, not just what you want to hear, safe to be yourself, ride or die energy. And y'all, let me tell you something. I'm gonna give you some more free 99. I started paying attention to motherfuckers who didn't tell me shit. Like, you know what I mean? Who didn't, like, I purposely would dress crazy, be like, I look alright. They be like, yeah, you good. And I'm like, I know good and damn well that, like, you know what I mean? Like, yes people. Stay away from yes people, especially when you got money or success or fame or some type of, you know, influencer status. Stay away from yes people. There are some people, yeah, they'll get in your ear and they'll talk crazy, you know, to try to throw you off, or, you know, tell you ain't that person and you know you are. But there's somebody here that's getting away from yes people. That could be you, or that could be your masculine. But either way, either way, somebody is taking note and peeping game when it comes to people who just wants to be around in the energy for the clout, the fame, you know, certain things like that. And not, to me, that ain't cool. But that could be your twin flame. Y'all could be mirroring each other. I sensed that. I said, you know what? There's an energy here where whatever you're going through, your twin is going through. You mirror each other. So if you're having some conflicts and some challenges with family, friends, or, you know, if you're in a situationship, more than likely they are too. In some aspect or area in their life, they're having some conflict and some trouble as well. But I feel like for some of you, you could have been dealing with a false twin. And yeah, that's that person who got to be at church at 1:30 a.m. Child, play with somebody else. You know what I mean? Like, play with somebody else. Child. Whew. Okay, collective. Let me see where we at. I ain't gonna hold y'all long. Let me go ahead and wrap this up. See what else wants to come out. What else does the viewer of this reading need to know? What else does the viewer of this reading need to know? What are the additional messages or advice for the viewer of this reading? Thank you. Realization. I'm telling you. Somebody has had an epiphany that everybody that's around them has been very artificial. Like AI, like a motherfucker. Very artificial. And they don't want to be around the shit. Tiptoeing. They don't want to be around the shit. They know them motherfuckers ain't about nothing but some, you know, posting, flexing on Instagram, taking pictures of hamburger helper on a plate. You know, yeah, greedy. Somebody realized that the people around them are very greedy. Very greedy. This could be the divine masculine. This masculine has realized that the people that they've been around are takers. They're straight takers. Puzzled. Coach, you know what? Get your shit. This is the FAFO. I used to have to say this to quite a few people, and you know, as an Aries, yeah, I kind of know it's a delivery, but I've had to. Can't nobody coach you how to deal with me, baby. Can't nobody coach you on how to deal with me. And I feel like on Fake Flex, somebody got some bad advice on how to deal with a particular person in a situation, especially if it's twin related. Well, you can't coach me. You can't coach them on how. You ain't never seen a person like me before, or even you've never known an energy like me before. So how are you the master of the subject? You are not the subject matter expert, sir. Sit down. Lust, greed. Somebody got greedy though. Healing, and then it's shocked that somebody chose themselves. Like, you know what I mean? They shocked that somebody went solo dolo on that ass. Like, ooh, okay. And I guess that mean the reading over, because they all just hit the flow. But yeah, somebody is still lusting over you. They feel like you're the one that they can't have, and like I told you in the beginning of reading, somebody also feels like it's their karma to watch you move on and move on successfully. But you know that's not changing, and this is for the forget you forgot you never thought about you section. That's not changing how the nostalgic energy, the memories of the moments you had with this person, that's not going to change that. If anything, you awaken this person, and they are realizing with realization here that yeah, they're having to come up out of the matrix. So somebody's either is you or them or both. Somebody's freeing themselves from the matrix collective. And yeah, this is what I got for you. Alright, collective, remember you're way more blessed than you are stressed. Please believe that. And if you would like for me to address it and bless it, the information is down below on how to book a reading with me. And I will catch you all soon with another video. Take care, collective. Bye.